Hi guys, so in today's video I want to talk to you about this altcoin on Bitcoin that will shock crypto. And before that, I just need to quickly go into a disclaimer. Please read this with care. This video is not financial advice. Crypto is volatile and highly risky. No results are guaranteed. This content is for experienced users only, and there's a full legal disclaimer in the description below. So right, just to jump into this, I want to explain to you my story about DOG. So as you can see, these marks here, I was buying DOG around here, around the 1 billion mark. It didn't quite hit a billion, but it's just before that. And essentially, I rode it all the way down, and I've accumulated all through this time, and basically started to see the fruits of the labour now, which is really, really positive to see. But yeah, let's jump into some more reasons about DOG and why I believe it can do really, really well. So firstly, it's now started to get listed on Kraken, a tier 1 exchange with a load of users, which is really, really good to see. I mean, we need coins to be listed on tier 1 exchanges if we want the price of them to skyrocket. It's just a fact. It's got more users, easily accessible, more people can trade easier. Again, look, over 200,000 people have interacted with this post. I believe this was in a couple of days, which is unbelievable for a meme coin that's basically just out there, and it hasn't got really any paid marketing, which is unbelievably cool. Again, the next thing I want to mention here is that Kraken is absolutely promoting it. They have some race, obviously this is about the amount of trading that's gone on, but what I did want to mention here is that despite the fact that DOG is below Bonk and Pingu, whatever it is, it's only on this tier 1 exchange. There's no Bonk is on multiple tier 1 exchanges. This is on multiple other ones. Again, DOG has not paid for any listing. I think a lot of meme coins end up paying to be listed on tier 1 exchanges because obviously it opens up accessibility, but DOG follows the principle of it being organically marketed, so it's marketed by the community, it's not paid, and again, you probably never even heard of it, but again, look at the trading, the community here is vibrant, and again, it kind of goes unnoticed. Not many people really know what's going on with DOG or anything about it at all. But yeah, let's jump into the next point here. So again, I find this actually really quite funny, but you see actual businesses are acquiring DOG. So you can see this company, C2 Blockchain, are actually starting to buy DOG, and you've got to think about this. This is a business that's making money. Think about all the processes that go on in a business and the hoops and the hurdles that have to jump through for companies to start to buy assets, like all the presentations, etc., like to get it signed off and try and convince everyone, etc. So I find it really funny. So they obviously see something that a lot of people don't buy, that haven't been seeing yet. And again, look, they're buying quite a lot, which is quite funny there. I'll come back to this in a moment. But again, like we mentioned earlier, in terms of the exchanges, there's rumours that it's going to be listed on Binance soon. And again, largest exchange in the world with 280 million users worldwide. This is really, really bullish if it happens, because this will open up the gates for user accessibility like it has never been before. It will mean that everyone will be able to buy it, and again, if it's on there, it means that these exchanges will actively start to promote it. But yeah, let's go back to the next point. You might be thinking, what the hell is DOG? And why the hell should I invest in that tookie? So yeah, let's jump into it. First and foremost, it's the biggest meme coin on Bitcoin. It's a narrative that hasn't been around before. It's really, really interesting to see. A meme coin on Bitcoin. No one even really knows anything about this whole kind of Bitcoin meme coin space at all. It's got an incredibly small market cap as well at $370 million. And like I mentioned before, incredibly engaged and active community. And this is exactly what Doge and SHIB had last time in their run. And so I'm not sure if you guys were around back then, but in 2021, there were so many posts and essentially articles out there just absolutely talking about it, and community was massive, etc. And we're seeing the likes of this with Leonidas, the founder. He's got nearly 250,000 followers on Twitter. Again, that's a lot harder to get than a lot of other ones, but again, this is just showing you that there's a massive community for it. Again, like I mentioned Bitcoin earlier, the kind of ordinal is kind of like the new space and the new narrative and new kind of way of operating. Again, it's a dog. It might sound a bit cheesy, but at the end of the day, think about SHIB, think about WIF, think about Doge. All dogs, they're all gonna they all run with the same kind of like picture, which is quite funny because they kind of compare themselves, because it's kind of like a battle of all the different dogs. I know it is a bit cringe, but at the end of the day, this is what creates competition, this is what creates movement and spikes. So this is one thing out there. Again, another really cool thing is you're essentially early, because it's on here before any kind of, apart from Kraken, there aren't that many tier 1 exchanges. It's literally just Kraken. You don't have Binance yet, you don't have Coinbase, you don't have crypto.com, etc. And the really cool thing is that it's fairly distributed via airdrop, which essentially means it's rug proof. So what happens is all the circulated supply is already out there, which means that there's no insider allocation. So the founder here, Leonidas, he doesn't have a majority share, so he can't dump all his bags on everyone else and essentially rug them, which is really, really positive to see. So the price action for Dog and Doge. Essentially, Dog is sitting at 370 million market cap compared to Doge 36 billion, which is quite funny to see. Again, we saw Doge hit 74 billion in the peak bull run 2025. Dog is currently sitting at 370 million. Theoretically, if it could hit the same price as Doge last run, that would be a 200x. But again, I think that would be really stupid to hold on for. I would never do that because I don't think that's going to happen. But what I would say is I think if exchanges continue to list Dog, and what's there to say it can't achieve 25% of what Doge did last round? Again, it would need to be on all the major exchanges, the Coinbase, the Kraken, Binance, crypto.com, etc. And we would need quantitative easing to happen, like essentially the money printers. We need the rate cuts because that'd be more money that would be flowing into it. We would need Bitcoin again to surge, because when Bitcoin goes up, this is on the Bitcoin blockchain. So again, it's all narrative. And again, a really cool thing is that Dog is newer, it's got more potential for upside, and it's more explosive because it's less established. It basically means it's more volatile, and we're early here, 370 million. So early on a coin like this, it has a massive potential to grow, and that's what we're looking for, risk versus reward. And again, only other thing I just mentioned is that patience wins in this game. Coins take turn. Dog's time will likely come, and it will be after a lot of the other altcoins have already moved. At least that's the way I see of it, because when we see the money flow, typically we see all the money come into Bitcoin. That flows into Ethereum. Ethereum starts to go up. Then all that money, once all the investors take profits, that then flows into the large caps, the ADAs, the Solanas, XRP, although we've seen that go recently. What else is there? The Trons, the H-bar. H-bar's starting to go a bit now. So again, after that, investors take money, and then that kind of flows into the meme coins. At least that's what we've seen in history. So again, guys, I hope I provided some kind of value here. I wouldn't necessarily tell you to buy Dog, but I would say it's worth having a little look into, and then you can obviously make your decision from there. But again, it's just one that not many people are talking about. I'm personally invested in it, and I think it's got a really good potential. So yeah, cheers guys. See you later.